welcome to the program Perspective on ITV. Our Perspective on ITV will look on topical issues with profiling solutions. As the two major political parties in the country holds their primaries this week, the need to find a quality representation from these parties for Nigerians is key. Joining me in studio to discuss the need for a quality representation, of course, to bring Nigeria to the limelight this evening is no other than Dr. Garus Gololo. Is an APC chieftain as well as a political expert and political analyst here in the FCT. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much for having me this morning.
Doctor, first of all, we want to examine. You agree that the primaries are around the corner. Of course, we've gotten some issues are happening around already from the People's Democratic Party, especially. But first of all, I want us to examine something having these two major parties logging it out when it comes to 2023 election. Let's first of all examine these two. Let's examine these two parties. We have the People's Democratic Party coming in 1999, of course, democracy, up to about 2015 when the All Progressive Congress, which is still in power now, came in. For you as a political analyst and of course the chieftain in the party, what is your analysis of the PDP and of course who took us from a democracy in 1999 to 2015? Let's start with that before we go to the All Progressive Congress.
First, you see, when they said party, they started from 90 to 16 years. I had most of them when they campaigned, they said, let them rescue Nigeria. That is the campaign logo. Almost all the candidates of the PDP, let us rescue Nigeria. You see, when you say a rescue in Nigeria, for that 16 years, we're still in Balo. We don't know where we are, because if you compare with some other country in Africa or in the world who are on democratic government, you see, as far as me I'm concerned, for that 16 years, nothing to show, and they have nothing to risk. Nothing they can rescue, that's just the truth. Then the point is, when people say PDP, APC, I laugh, because what make PDP is what make APC. Most of the people who are in APC now, they are from PDP. Most of the people from PDP, they are from APC. We have people who come APC, they go back, they contest, they no succeed, they go back to PDP, they say they want to rescue Nigeria. Why you know where you are? You see, like America, where we borrow this thing. If you are Democrat, you remain in Democrat. If you are Republican, remain Republican. That's why I respected two leaders in PDP. I don't know them, but I respect them. I respect McCarthy, former governor of Kaduna State. I respect Sule Lamido. You know why? These people have not shifted from where they are from 1990. They're in that party to date. So, as a good politician, I don't see a reason you leave from. If you watch what PDP primaries yesterday, some of the senators who are carrying Twitter showing they have 6,000 followers, at the end of the day, they lost election. So in politics, people have their own mouth to say, I am this, when we go for ballot, but then we'll know whom is whom. But for now, if I tell you, I will win the whole party, maybe within this radio house, I cannot be able to win the place. It is when we go to the ballot, but as far as me, I'm concerned, what the masses support to see in the ground, both the APCO, PDPO, we have not seen it yet. Do you know what we support to see in the ground? Food will be cheaper for us to buy. We buy food in the cheaper cost so that you can be able to feed, I could be able to feed. We see light constantly. We see security constantly. If something occurs, immediately they respond to it. So as far as me I'm concerned, for now, we need a president who will come and present to us very well. If something happened to you now, he will come there by himself, not to send message or send somebody to go in media, say he regret. Why don't you go and see them? What do you regret when you can? When you are looking for a boat, you visit the whole state. And then once something happens, why don't you visit the state?
What actually gave you that to give people that mindset of saying, we're saying, of course, we are actually at the point of getting it right. But suddenly, I don't know what your take is. 2015 till now, also, what's your...
You see, what happened was that 2015, when we have that merger with the ACN and the MPP again, we become produce the present president. Our hope was, because what he promised, he is going to do it by himself. But in the situation, when you have a driver and conductor, there will be different there. Because conductor will put his money into his pocket and driver will be driving the vehicle. What I mean is that people are telling him not the truth. And he failed to investigate. If I give you to bring camera now, for instance, and then the camera, I ask you to bring Samsung. You want to bring LG or any other camera, an old camera. I check. Is it the camera at all or is not the camera? The president wants Nigeria to be good. But people whom he put, people whom I put, everybody, people whom he put there, they are only after themselves and their family. I'm telling you the truth. I don't fear anybody. I don't go to your office, and me, I don't care to die myself. But I'm telling you what it is. Somebody will go and do something. The paper, they will think where to read for him. Where they say is good, they will make some people, they will pay them money, they will say, yes, this president is doing good. He will say, yes, good. What if you want to enter aircraft, he will wave people. No, he say people don't want to die waving again. They are tired. That's just the truth. First, security, you promise nothing. Light, you promise nothing. Food, is when you come, a bag of maize is 3,000, now it's 25,000. They are not telling him the truth. Somebody is a minister at that time, they give him 2 ministers. I say, you have finished Mombila. They remember why they have not even swept the place and you hold the money. Look at the money they get into Accountant General. How much else we need? 34 billion, and somebody have 80 billion. What are you talking about? And it's not, that one is not because they see him. Oh, there are many because they are not embassy. What is the work of an auditor? Have you ever received anything audit? We audited so person. This is what happened. This is what. Everybody is quiet because they have entered a simple aircraft. The simple aircraft means that the captain of the ship cannot be able to check what are the crewmen. He is only him. Okay, look at the road. All the road, no road, the commission. Why don't you concentrate? If in Kaduna you concentrate, you finish. You take Lagos to Bini, you concentrate, you finish. But they give contract Lagos to Bini, Lagos to Kalba. They give railway is the same thing. They even commission Kano to Niger. You know, even make a road from Ibadan to Lagos for train. You say you will commission Kano to Maradi in Niger Republic. Look at that. People, look, masses now we get problem. The delegate, they should come out and check for person who can deliver us. Person who, both PDP, forget about party now, because what we after now, me, I'm not after any party. What we after, we need a credible candidate. They should sit and elect credible candidate for us. Forget about what you can collect from the person, what the person will give you. That money you collect, it will suffer 100 of Nigeria.
Now, doctor, now, before we go to the next question, you know this, please, you know these issues we are talking about now. I believe you were directed to the number one, that is the president of the country. But what about the positions of the governors of states? What do you think of the governors to having another say to improve to development? Of course, if you have a state that is developed, I believe other states might seem to follow that state. For you, what's your take on
the whole governors from 1990 till date? I only have 4 governors who work. Ganduje of Kano State, he works. Even if you don't like him, he work. Rufai of Kaduna State, he work. Zulum of Borno State, he work. Wike is an PDP, but he work. He work in the River State. He will be calling governors to go and commission. Okay, you call him to come and commission a project in your state now. Because he call you. You call many governors to commission, which you see them in TV. Okay, you invite him to come and commission you at this. There are some governors, as they invite him, you come there, they want commission something, they were dancing their tribal dance. Is the tribal dance the one, or you commission a project?
Well, Doctor, too, having the large numbers of aspirants contesting, I think since 1999 or maybe to 2015 or 2019 thereabout. This is the largest of amount of persons seeking to contest for, especially the position of the presidency. Some persons have said is seen as a source of worry. What is your take in selecting these candidates? We'll come to the candidates, but what's your
my take is
criteria?
That you see, not the much. It's a democracy. You're free to buy form and you contest. But what I'm pleading with the delegate, because they are masses like me, I want them to understand. Some people cannot even 2 square meal now. So let them vote for a credible candidate who care for Nigeria, who care for masses, who will be able to secure you, know your security, know if you're sick, know what you can do. Our hospital, we cannot carry our aircraft to Dubai or anywhere because we are in Nigeria. I don't have even money to travel to Lagos in the aircraft. How will I have money to Dubai? So when they have these people you are going to vote, most of their children they are in Dubai, some they are in America. So you, if you are going there to vote, make sure you select the one of the best candidate that can be able to serve. If I say, hey, you will say, what is the problem? He will go by himself. And then to seek what happened. Then a security solution. We need that type of person. Whom if something happened, look, not to call security agents and address them is the matter. Do you give them the money to do the job? Because when you release the money and they cannot have the money, or the person wants and they kill him, and he cannot be able to pay it, his benefit, how do you expect him he will work? Till we come back to that, if somebody commits something, my family, even if I die, the government will take care of my children, they will go to school. Otherwise, if I go there, I hear Dharam, I escape. I come back to village. What's it?
Well, Doctor, so much agitations over different regions, from different regions actually, on zoning the presidency to this region. We've seen so much agitations. What's your take on the issue? On the issue of zoning.
They have already put in the ticket. They throw it to person to carry. So if you win, you win by the delegate because already zoning. PDP bring that zoning earlier from 90. You understand? When they say this is a zoning, well, Obasanjo finished his excellency that time. He bring Yar'Adua to back to north. When he finished, also Jonathan come back. But during his excellency, President Jonathan did not agree for zoning. If we not go back for that second 215, they might have zone it to a certain place. Look, if it's not, for now, me, I'm from the north. I don't want even a president from the north. I don't want him again. I want him to go to south. South was east, south, fine. But not to the north again.
But some part of the north say they've not
got because they are benefiting from there now. It's a democracy. So if the party want to make it clearly, another person from that southeast can come out. And then we vote him. What we need is somebody who can make Nigeria greater than where we are. Simple. Forget about where you come from. What is your travel? No. Me, I don't want to say other Fulani will come because of Fulani or how someone to come. No. It's not the heritage. It's not the heritage.
Well, Doctor, thank you for that. Let's look at your delegates. Let's look at, we've seen the issue of electoral reform. Of course, we still have the president not signing that clause, 84. But the issue of delegates, 32 delegates, has become something that's a bit worrisome. What's your take?
That is a clear issue. We don't need much delegates. Those delegates, they are making more. Let them carry them a little and let them come and vote the person whom we need. And then the other people should just go. I expect them. I expect the delegate. They should help in the order the Christian or Muslims in the name of God. Let them forget about religion or where you come from. Let them carry a credible candidate. Credible candidate that can be able to move with anybody, any other trap. Not because this one is also trap, I will not go with him. This one, no. Let us get somebody who can work, and let us have somebody who cannot listen to anybody. I cannot come and control him. Because when we have, what we have in Nigeria is that when you have a president where somebody can talk to him, say through this person, then automatically we don't know where we are. It is only Obasanjo come, nobody can. You will meet, say, this is the person. He can't agree with you. He cannot. When Jonathan come, Edwin Killer is the person. He can talk to you. When Baba come, if you meet Mama Dara, he said to. So we don't need these sort of people. They do a job, but we need somebody who is a neutral. Neutral, nobody can talk to you. Because look, when you're in Nigeria, I come and say, I need this thing to assist me. Then you talk, they give it to me. Tomorrow they give it to this. That is the problem we are having. And then we need somebody whom, if anybody commit offense, anybody embezzle our money should be arrested. No somebody, they will just continue eating our money. We sit down in one certain place, no project, nothing, and we are borrowing money, and then you expect us to go. No. Please, let us tell ourselves the truth. We are tired of borrowing money. This money alone, they recover from our country general, is okay for the money we are looking for. And as who are looking just for 35 billion, we know if we pay that as we come, our children go back to school. What are you talking about?
Well, viewers at home, I'm still here with Dr. Garus Gololo, an APC chieftain, as well as a political analyst here in the FCT. We are looking at the need for quality representation come 2023. Let's go on a short break. Let's get other views. We'll come back. The program continues.
I think where the error or the disconnect is for me is where the president in his wisdom sat back and watched them declare interest in the first place. That is where the disconnect is for me. Take for instance the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. By the very fact that he declared interest to contest for the presidency, even though he eventually withdrew from the race, what that does is that it puts pressure on INEC, that of course warehouse some sensitive materials at the CBN, to begin to look for alternatives to keep this sensitive material. Going forward, the more effort should be done. Government should be proactive, so much so that whoever is a serving cabinet member that has an interest to contest any elective position should first thing first resign from your position and then declare interest, so that there will be no room for conflict of interest whatsoever. Appointees seeking re-election while in office, what that does as a margin of error is that it gives them, number one, the political latitude as an advantage against their opponent. Number two, it gives them a pool of resources to pick from. For instance, the CBN governor contesting presidency would say Atiku or even say Oshibanjo. When it comes to financial muscle, except if there are some kind of dramas that played along the line, the CBN governor, give or take, has access to a pool of funds.
The law stipulates that 30 days before primaries, that as a delegate or an aspirant, you have to resign. But that wasn't done because they were hoping that the Court of Appeal was going to rule in their favor. That did not happen, and now that has placed them in a very difficult position. And some of them who are smart, obviously knowing fully well that if they should go ahead with the contest, they may likely lose out. So instead of playing that unsafe game, it was better to stick to the position they were already occupying, which at least will still fetch them another 1 year in office, as against gambling away what you are not sure that you get. So that was what they did. And they were also smart in the sense that instead of being knocked off by the party, which hitherto also told them that anybody who tend to contest should resign, as part of their guidelines, which was flouted by them. And you know, once you flout the rule of the party, which is in this case is supreme, there are always consequences. So for them to have stepped down, it was smart. Okay. The difference, no, based on the Electoral Act, once you are an elected person, by law, you are qualified to run while still holding the office. But if you are an appointee, by this new law, it means you have to resign. And lawmakers too, also sensing that if you allow appointees to become delegates, it was going to be bad for them. Imagine you have a governor with about maybe 30 commissioners and about 300 aides who will delegate. Obviously, we have the day. So with this law, everybody will have an equal ground to contest and the best will emerge. Although the governor will still have their way, but now the law gives everybody a free chance to have an equal opportunity, then let the best man emerge based on fairness and equity. That's what the new law has guaranteed.
Welcome back from that break. I'm still here with Dr. Garus. Doctor, let's go to assessing some of these aspirants, both from the PDP and the APC. Let's assess them. Let's start from the PDP. We've seen somebody like Tambo Wastik wanted to come out.
Yes.
We've seen Wike from there. We've seen some other aspirants like the Akwa Ibom governor. We've seen some other persons vying for the position. What is your accessibility? Your assessing their performance?
But me, if I'm a PDP, I would a delegate. I would vote for Wike. You know why? He work in the state. Even if you don't like him, he work. Even that Emmanuel Udoma work in Akwa Ibom. When somebody work, just say it. Forget about the religion. Forget about what he did. But people like Itambo did not do anything in Sokoto. My governor, where I come from, but he did not do anything and he wanted to become a president. Why are we deceiving ourselves? I'm not a PDP, but if I'm a PDP, I can go for that two people. That is just my take.
Let's look at your party, All Progressive Congress.
My party.
You have numerous of them. And of course, let's start with your 100 million nomination form first.
That 100 million form, it means nothing. But the candidate matters. Okay, they put it 100. Do you know how many of them buy? For almost 30 of them. So maybe withdraw.
Some have withdrawn.
Yes. They 100, but they buy the form and withdraw. You carry 100 million, you know, dash it to church, you know, give it to mosques, you give it to this and you say you withdraw. Why you not give to your pastor, make they give those masses, distribute food, or give it to mosques, distribute those boys who are begging money? Or employ people from where you come from, your community, give them 1 million for 2 years, you will see how they can be something. So, as far as me I'm concerned, in my party, the candidate that I need two candidates there. Any one of them they vote, I will go with him. First, if Osubanjo go on the ticket, I can go with Professor Yemi Osubanjo.
Why do you say Professor?
Yes, because North have already concluded their own. I cannot vote any Northerners again as a president for APC. Even if you get the ticket, I will go for another party. It's not a heritage. You don't try, you see, I'm from the North. We try, you see, please, let us try another side, we'll see. I can go for Professor Yemi Osubanjo. If they make this thing again, if Amechi come, I will still go for Amechi. But apart from these two, I can't go for anybody because Baba, the former governor of Lagos State, age-wise has against him, and this is what we are facing now. I cannot vote anybody. I always repeat it. Anybody above 65, I cannot vote him again. I can't vote you. Even if you are my father, you come, I will say, but Daddy, sorry, just forgive me. I cannot vote you.
Viewers, I'm still with Dr. Garus, and of course, we'll be wrapping up. I will be getting your last view, Doctor. What are we looking at now, come from Friday, which is your Prime Minister kicks
We
off?
are looking for a credible candidate to be a match. Credible candidate to be competed with.
How does you think your delegates will bring this?
The delegates have to think very well, think deeply. If they don't think deeply, they go put the wrong word. They are the people suffering in the bush. They are the people who cannot be able to go to their farm. Me, I am comfortable. I don't go to anybody always, and I can feed myself 3 square meals. But what I'm saying, if you are going to vote, forget about religion, forget about where I come from. Check me. If I have, can I support the people? If security can I rush to that place? Can I make the decision? Can I come out as a prisoner and express myself? And they say this is what I want, and you follow it. That's just the truth. If I cannot do it, please drop me. If the delegate fail us, they fail themselves, not me, Gololo.
Now,
both PDP and APC, let them give us credible candidate. We'll go for him. Simple.
Now, your party come 2023 election, and of course the two major parties. What are we looking at? What do you think success all the way for your All Progressive Congress?
So said also if they give a credible candidate now. If you don't give a credible candidate, now the same TV radio station Gololo will be going campaign against you. Yes, now. We will go campaign against you because it's not this thing. We will campaign against you till we say you lose that campaign so that you will come, we stay with you.
Last word, advice for...
My advice, all Nigerians, we should forget about religion. Forget about where you come from. Let us get credible candidate. And God, mighty Allah, should help us think, put something for those delegate brain. Let them choose presidential candidate. And God should give us a credible candidate who care for masses, who care for a problem, who can be able to assist us, who could be able to make masses to know this is masses. Now you cannot even travel to even Saudi. The cost is too much. Feeding is we cannot feed. So what are you talking about?
Thank you very much, Dr. Garus Gololo.
Thank you.
Well, viewers at home, of course, you've seen I've been with Dr. Garus, and of course we were talking about credible representation come their primaries, which is starting up just some days from now. My name is Chuka Ongohai, and of course you've been watching the program Perspective on ITV. I think you join us at the same time next week on this program. Until then, again, enjoy the rest of the program, and bye for now.